If I said to you, you could get a running Golf 7 GTI at half the price, would you believe me? Well, there's a way, and we've just done it. The Golf 7 GTI is one of South Africa's most desired hot hatches.
First pay, Golf 7.
What would you do if you won R1 million?
Buy Golf 7.
It's fast, it looks good, it sounds amazing. And if it's done just right, it turns a lot of heads. The Golf 7 GTI isn't just a car, it's a whole experience. And we have just got our hands on another Golf 7 GTI. Well, what's left of it anyways. This Golf 7 GTI was listed as a crash-damaged non-runner at GoBid. And if I know any better, there's always Lux at GoBid. I think it's safe to say that I've got enough experience when it comes to Golf 7 GTIs. In less than a year ago, I rebuilt an engine on a Golf 7 GTI that I had purchased from an auction. And in the process, I saved myself a lot of money.
So we got a running Golf 7 GTI. Or cheap like that.
But this is entirely a different challenge. This Golf 7 might be one of the cheapest Golf 7s out there. But you will soon find out that this repair might be very high.
This one is dead. Yo! Alright, so today we are going to collect a non-runner Golf 7 GTI that is also accident damaged. Two problems: not running, accident damaged. So that's what we're going to do today, collect that Golf 7. And don't be surprised, guys, at some points of the video I will be speaking in Zulu. That's because this build, we are recording it for a broadcaster as well, so I'm not going to be specifying which broadcaster it is. You'll just have to stay tuned on this build to see where it will be airing on national television. Let's go. Double trouble. This one's definitely double trouble, but we're gonna see as soon as we get to the auction house, which is GoBid. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what this GTI has got in store for me. I've been dealing with some very hard cars to fix, and for now I think I'm just going to be catching a break fixing a GTI, a MK7 to be precise. So yeah, let's go and see what this Golf 7 GTI has got in store for us.
We are currently heading to GoBid Sandton, where we got our Nissan GTR. Once we arrived, we needed to figure out how we were going to get the Golf 7 GTI towed back to the workshop.
So guys, we have just arrived at GoBid to come and check out our Inkinga car, and one tow truck driver looks very familiar here, and that's the same guy that's going to be towing our car. So I think let's go meet him. Mankos, where's your truck?
My truck.
All right, so this gentleman is going to be towing our car for us today. His name is Mankosi. So as soon as we finish with the pass out, just we'll ask you to bring the card.
No problem.
Sharp. Let's go. Without this bad boy, they won't give you your car. It's still theirs.
Got to reception and we were welcomed by some friendly staff at the GoBid office.
Came to collect a car.
Okay, can you please come and complete the register here? This is visitor's register.
Will I win any free car if I fill this in?
Collection process was smooth and simple.
Please bring your ID or driver's license.
Okay. Don't laugh at my license. The paper one. So yeah, security is quite tight here. That's something you can be happy about as a person if you bought your car. So you can't just come here and say, I'm coming to collect a car without nothing, no paperwork. All that's left for us to do is to just get our keys and get our release note that we'll give to the security officer, and then we can be on our way.
Can you please give these to security there by the Wendy house, then I will pick up on it.
You see? It's like buying a new car when they hand you over the key.
The lady at the GoBid office helped us find our car. And that's when we had an opportunity to see more future projects at the GoBid yard. But for now, we're not here for any of these cars. We are here for our Golf 7 GTI. It honestly doesn't look that bad, but I should know, looks can sometimes be deceiving. I'm pretty sure that I can get this car back into showroom condition and save a lot of money in the process. After all, I did rebuild a Nissan GTR that was also crash damaged. This should be a walk in the park.
The Golf 7 is finally here, so our chassis arm will have to be straightened so that we can put our bumper reinforced properly on the car. Once that is done, yeah, the car will be able to do all of the front end stuff.
Okay.
So for now, what I would say, I don't see any damage. I don't see any major damage on the engine side. I think we've just got your cosmetic damage. So we'll just be needing your expensive parts like your headlights, bumper, all of those small stuff. But if you've been following our channel for long, you know that this is small fry. You understand? Small fry, this one. So this one will try and sort it out. Easy peasy pie. I think I'll give myself maybe a week or 2 weeks. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. How soon can we get this car ready? And if you've got any parts for this car or know where we can get headlights, everything, comment down below. Let us know. Danko.
Before we could get the GTI towed back to the workshop, the inspector at GoBid needed to take some photos as a standard procedure. And once that was done, we could get the car safely on to the tow truck.
Right, finally done here, GoBid. So going back to the shop, I think let's try and see if we can at least get the car started. They did list the car as a non-runner, so let's see when we get to the shop what's happening with this Golf 7 GTI. Let's keep our fingers crossed that it does start and we don't have an impact damage issue as well as a non-running issue. But it is listed as a non-runner, so I'm pretty sure that we'll have to work a little bit just to find the fault of why it's not starting and just get it back on the road. Let's go.
Well, the Golf 7 GTI made it safely to the workshop and I'm excited to get this project on the road. Now, to get the car off the tow truck, we needed to hook up the battery and disengage the car from park to neutral and also release the electronic parking brake. However, once we did release the rear parking brake, we noticed that the left hand side rear passenger wheel was seized on. I think that's because the car was parked for a long time. But as I've said, I've been dealing with GTIs for the longest time, so I sprayed some Q20 to try and unseize the brake pads from the disc. We started sliding off the Golf 7 from the tow truck, and then after a couple of seconds the rear wheel ended up being free. With all of the wheels now spinning freely, we can now push this vehicle onto the ramp and have a closer look to see what we have gotten ourselves into. I wanted to see if there could be a chance that this car would start, because it was listed as a non-runner. And I think I'm qualified enough to say that sometimes with auctions you do come across a luck. So we hooked up the battery and tried our luck. It is standard practice at Mambo Repairs that we check all of the fluids before trying to start up a car. And this car's oil was definitely empty. And my spidey senses tell me that this could be because of an oil leak. We jacked up the vehicle and what we saw...
Yeah, this one is bad.
So try to spin the engine.
Huh?
Let's
Try and turn the engine, but I don't think it's gonna be able to turn.
spin it.
Alright. At least the engine turns, maybe it might start.
Yeah.
We tried and started without the oil.
No.
No, we'll just for a few seconds.
Crank.
Just to crank and see if it starts.
Kind of problem.
Because at least it turns.
Yeah.
We also noticed that it was very hard to get the vehicle's ignition switched on. And that, in my experience, is because of a sticky start-stop button. And I had a big suspicion that this was the main reason this vehicle was regarded as a non-runner.
So there is quite a lot of damage. Radiators all gone, condenser gone, the aircon compressor as well gone. So this one, it's going to need a couple of parts. The good thing is that the engine does turn. So what we're going to do now, we're going to try and swing the car and see if it catches and it starts. If it does start, that'll be something good, because that will mean that at least we've got a running car. So we've got a fresh new battery in the car, and then we're going to see if it starts.
My technician got into the vehicle to help me get this car started.
Press it hard and the brake. Switch it off. Switch it off. Switch it off. Switch it off.
Present.
Okay. At least Timotiatum. That is a good thing. The car starts. That is splendid news. I didn't want to run it for too long because the car's got no oil. We've got a little bit of damage on the sump, so at least that's one tick done. So next we're gonna fix everything here and get this car back on the road. Let's go.
That was a close call. Because of the sticky button, my technician struggled to turn the car off, but we managed to see that the car starting without causing any further damage or harm to the engine.
So I've got a theory. On this car, I particularly think that it was regarded as a non-runner, mainly because of the sticky start button. So you have to like really press that start button before this car starts. So I'm thinking that they just hooked this car up on a booster, tried to start it, and it didn't start. But as I said somewhere in the beginning of the video, that I like smashed vehicles as well, because when they get smashed, they are getting smashed while they are driving, which means that they are still running unless your engine block or whatever gets damaged in the process. So on this one, we know for sure that it runs, but as it ran, we saw a very big puddle of oil, which means some of the oil galleries might have been disturbed. So let's strip it down. Let's see what we have to get for this car to get it back on the road and in a roadworthy condition.
It's time to start stripping the front to see what we can reuse and what we need to buy. Thereafter, we can list all of the parts we need and do a parts estimate cost. Well, let's get it done. First, the bumper.
Alright, so with the bumper on its way out, yeah, I'm just looking at the car roughly, and I think maybe the repairs on this could be at about 60,000 Rand. So remember this car as well, we're building it for a friend, a very old client of mine that told me, said, Mambo, I got a Golf 7, he's from Durban, I bought from Gobert in Santon. Can you please check it out for me? If you can, repair it for me. So I'll be giving you guys like a step-by-step breakdown of everything and the amount of this repair and how much I charged him. So in case you're also in the market for a Golf 7 GTI that is smashed, you will see and have a rough figure of how much it's going to cost you. Let's go.
I got the bumper off and then started working on the undercover.
Headlight out. So one thing I've been saying to my camera guy is that I think maybe I can be able to fix this myself, because it's not so bent on the chassis arm. But let's remove everything and then judge. But I think I can like fix that myself. 4-pound hammer, knock it straight. It's gonna be alright. That way I think as well I can save my guy a lot of money as well.
You can see how different the car looks without the bumper. Next, we had to remove the cradle and the upper grille, which meant removing some bolts underneath the fender. The front bumper stiffener is giving me a little bit of a problem because the impact has damaged some of the bolts. This is one of the harsh realities of dealing with crash damaged cars. Some bolts and nuts will definitely be harder to remove. You just have to be patient and delicate and ensure you don't cause any further damage.
We need to break that off now because we can't reach the bolt under the crash, so this needs to be broken off. I think let's remove the radiators for now, since they look like they may be willing to come out first. But everything here, Baba, is broken, especially everything that sits in the front, all kaput.
I managed to get the condenser and the radiator removed and then continued removing the stubborn crash bar. And after some persuasion, I managed to get it off.
That's the bumper stiffener, bumper reinforced, whatever you want to call it. That's finally out. So yeah, main reason why this took a little bit of a while to come out is because of the bolt that was behind the damage. So we'll be definitely needing a new one of those. That's definitely beyond repairs. Now this is the damage that I was talking about. Now looking at this, I think I can repair this myself rather than taking it to the panel beater. I'm certain I can fix this myself because there's no structural damage on the chassis arm itself like the Nissan GTR. It's only on this plate, and I think all I have to do is to just like gently tap it until it's like fully straight on this side and on this side. Now when we look on this side, it's only bent like down there. So yeah, I don't think we need a panel beater that much for this car. We might just need a panel beater only for the roof. Alright.
Once everything was out of the way, we were able to now work on the aircon compressor. We decided to remove the aircon compressor because we noticed it had some accident damage.
Alright, there goes the aircon compressor. Alright, that pipe is fine. That smaller one we'll have to replace. So okay, let's remove everything else, then I'll show you where this car might be leaking from. So I think this car might be leaking from here. This oil pressure control valve, I think, is our culprit. For one, there is no bolt holding it on. So I think when the car runs, this is where all of the oil is coming out from. So we'll just tighten this up once everything is stripped out, and then try and start the car and see if we can identify any other oil leaks. But for now, what we're gonna do is finish stripping.
Next, we had to remove small radiator cooler. I estimate that this will cost an easy 60,000 to 80,000 Rand to repair. How do I know that, you may ask? Well, I used Car Vertical. Car Vertical provides the most accurate vehicle history by simply typing in the VIN.
Luckily, I use Car Vertical's platform to check how much the repairs on this Golf 7 could cost me, which is also a feature that you can find on Car Vertical's platform by just simply putting in the VIN of the vehicle that you are interested in.
Make sure to click the link in the description and use our promo code, which is Mambo20, to get a 20% discount on your next Car Vertical check. Back at the workshop, we still need to figure out where the oil is leaking from.
So everything is stripped on the Golf 7 GTI, but I want to try and start up the car. Even though I did show you guys where I suspected it was leaking, I just want to make sure and just double check if we don't have any cracks on the block. So we're gonna just top up some oil on the car. Once we've topped it up, we're gonna start up the car, and once we start it up, we'll hopefully see where it's leaking from, and then we'll just sort that out and just get it over and done with. And then we're gonna move over to saying all of the parts that we need, which are gonna cost an arm and a leg, I'm sure of that. So let's check this thing out, let's start it up and see where it's leaking from. First things first, we need to get a new battery. But last time when we started this car, we had a problem switching it off again. That's because our start-stop button to start the engine and stop the engine is faulty. So we're gonna have to think of a creative way for us to switch off the engine once it's running uncontrollably again. So yeah, let's get that done.
We got some old oil from the workshop and poured it in to try and get a clue of where the oil could be leaking from.
So we're putting in some fresh second-hand oil since we're still gonna service the car after the repairs. So this oil, hey, stop, man. That's exactly why we didn't put new oil, because it was just gonna go down. It's like 150 rand a liter, so that's why putting second-hand oil, just so that we can see properly. So the one place that we closed, it looks like we've got another hole. I don't know where this thing is leaking from.
After seeing so much of oil on the floor, we decided to jack up the car to get a better look. And what we saw was definitely disturbing.
So the only thing I would say I'm happy about at the moment is that at least it's not leaking from the front, it's leaking from the back. I'm happy because if it was leaking from the front, I'd say it's leaking because of impact damage, maybe it's cracked somewhere. So it's leaking from the back because I don't know what's wrong. So right now, all we can do is just hope. Yo, I got better, fad. I got better. Engine needs to come out here. You, this one is a real dent. The mounting is cracked. I think so is the block as well. Over here, mounting is cracked. Block is also cracked. Timing cover is torn as well. So the engine must have twisted this way. So the engine must have twisted during the collision because the mounting is cracked and the block is broken. The timing cover is kaput as well. So the engine needs to come out. Engine needs to come out. Engine needs to come out, and we need to probably replace the block as well. Yo, this one is bad. This one is bad.
This changes everything. This is no longer about replacing the front end of the car. Now we also have to do an engine rebuild, which means the cost of repair of this Golf 7 GTI may double. This is why buying crash damaged cars can sometimes be risky. You just never know what surprises lie ahead. That is why it's always advisable to check your vehicle at your nearest auction house before committing to a purchase. If you look closely on the engine block, you will see a massive opening, and we highly suspect that that opening was caused by the impact when the vehicle was involved in an accident.
Looks like now our priority is not all of the front things, but it is also getting the engine removed, changing the block. Would have been dope to do everything on one video. So I got this piston ring compressor. So I wanna try this out when I'm changing the pistons on this block. So comment down below. Looks like we might have another full build video, so we might have to rebuild this motor as well as also finish up the front as well. So this I thought was gonna be an easy fix. It's now a big fix. At least the car runs, at least it starts. But the main issue right now, the engine needs to come out. With the front out as well, it's gonna be very easy to remove the whole engine and everything. So yeah, engine and gearbox.
So what do we do from here? Let's assess what parts we need to replace.
So with that being said, the parts that we need for this car, I don't have the prices as yet. If you hear this and you are a supplier, because I see some great auto parts people follow us as well, you want to supply us, let me know. So we need a front bumper for this car. The one we have is kaput. We need a bonnet as well. That thing is like this. It's supposed to be like this. So we need 2 headlights. The modules on them are fine. So if we can get shells, that will be good. We need lower grille, upper grille. We need the small aircon pipe because that broke off. We need the bumper reinforce. This I'm gonna straighten myself. Just give it a nice beating with the 4-pound hammer. Give it a laka. How's your mother? That's what my my tutor used to say in training. You must give it a nice how's your mother. It'll be straight. So yeah, the bumper reinforced, that I'll sort out myself. We need radiator, condenser, intercooler, aircon compressor as well, V-belt, that's the cheap stuff. We need water pump as well. Water pump is broken on this car. We need a left-hand side boost pressure pipe complete. We need 1 PDC because 1 PDC is missing from that bumper. We need the fan. We need upper left-hand side radiator hose, lower right-hand side main radiator hose, bonnet catch, air duct air box. So the air duct air box is the one that sits horizontally on the grill, so we need that as well. And then we just need some oil and an oil filter, so that will be for servicing. And the oil will use nothing but the best castrol. And last but not least, what we'll also need is a new block. We'll also need a new block, so we'll be building this engine over. Remember to comment down below if you want to see this engine rebuilt. I'm going to be removing this whole engine out, reassemble it from the floor, and then take things from there, see how it goes. Hopefully no more nasty surprises, but the good thing is that the engine runs, which means there was no damage internally. Everything is good.
I'm excited to work on this Golf 7 GTI.
That's going to be a nice challenge. It's been a while since I've built a motor. The last engine I built was the Porsche Macan. Didn't even feel like I was building that Porsche Macan because I wasn't doing it alone. I feel like I'm building an engine if I'm like doing it alone, just like my Golf 7 GTI. Yeah, that was very satisfactory, you know. So I think I'll just get that adrenaline rush again on this engine when I rebuild it. So yeah, so before we build this engine, guys, we're posting this video in real time. Let me know what you want to see. Do you want me to be like in proper detail when I'm building this engine so you'll learn something, or what? Or does the proper detail bore you guys where I explain what this is for? Or should I just montage everything, just do everything fast? Let me know. But I think it's safe to say the repair on this car is gonna cost about 700 trillion.
This will definitely be a great challenge, and perhaps we can also get this engine done in less than 24 hours. The damage is done and now it's rebuild. If you made it this far, make sure to like, subscribe, and also leave a comment and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss part 2 of this exciting Golf 7 GTI rebuild.
See you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Remember, don't hate, congratulate. Sano.